Well, this is the latest addition to my little collection of replica air pistols. This is a Remington 1911 RAC. This is a CO2 powered blowback replica, and first of all, it's not made by Remington. It's badged Remington, but these pistols are actually made by a Taiwanese company called KWC. And KWC makes a very, very nice product. That is a full metal replica. The grips are plastic, but the rest of the gun is actually metal. Now, KWC produce these, and they are sold under various different brand names. Remington is one. There's Swiss Arms. There's at least 4 or 5 different manufacturers that sell this exact same pistol. It is marketed in different finishes. I believe the Swiss Arms one is a stainless finish. But if you are into replica air pistols, and particularly if you're interested in the 1911, this iconic American semi-auto pistol, then you are spoilt for choice. There are loads and loads of different ones out there. There's slightly different forms. There's tactical, which has got rails on it and all sorts of other stuff. But why did I choose the Remington? Well, first of all, I liked the black finish. Most of the others were not this matte black finish, which I like. The KWC pistols have a lot of things going for them, a lot of plus points. It's full blowback, so it operates in exactly the same way that the actual real pistol does. The slide is powered backwards using gas to recock the gun ready for fire. So it's got a single action trigger on it. The other nice thing about these KWC pistols is they are fully field strippable, and I will show that in a minute. But basically, just like on the real pistol, the slide lock arm here can be disengaged. You can pull that out, and then you can remove the slide, and then you can strip down the internals of the slide, take the spring out and so forth, and the barrel, which is great. I mean, it's just an added bonus to be able to do this. Now, this particular pistol also has the cutout for the ejection port. Now, obviously, it doesn't actually do anything because it doesn't eject anything because there are no cartridges or anything. But it's nice to have that cutout. A lot of the replicas don't have that. It's just, you know, it's just marked on the slide, but it's not an actual cutout. So yeah, it's a very, very, very nice pistol. It's about the right weight for an actual 1911 pistol without any ammunition in it. And yeah, it's a very nice bit of kit. So we'll go over the features of this quickly. The Remington replica, it has a grip safety, which is this here, and it also has the thumb safety. Now you need to cock it to engage the thumb safety, but that basically locks the gun up. So you've got dual safeties on it, which is great. It has a slide-out magazine, which you would fit the gas cylinder in there. I'll just get one of those. Yeah, so this is an empty one, but basically that fits in there like that. And then there is a sort of standard hex key grub screw on the bottom to clamp that up against the seal. This is a BB only gun, so it shoots BBs, which is that. Now, this is one of the downsides with these. I'm not keen on BBs, particularly as I shoot indoors. These are steel and they are very prone to ricochet, so that's not a good idea. You know, you're not too bad if you're outside, but indoors not so good. But I didn't know an awful lot about BBs, so I had to do some research. And these days there's an awful lot of choice. And what I've actually used since I've only had this a couple of days, the first shooting I did with this, I've actually used these. Now these are wonderful little things. These are lead balls that are coated in copper. So basically, yeah, these are much like pellets in the fact that they are soft, so they deform on impact, and you're far less likely to get ricochets with those. But basically the way it works is that with the magazine is there is a sprung loaded slide here, and you pull this down. Oops, it's a bit difficult to do on camera. it's quite a strong spring. You pull this down like that, tilt the magazine up slightly, and drop the balls into this hole here, and they run down there. And then when you've got, I think it holds 18 in total, then you just release the spring-loaded slide, and that holds the balls in place. Then you reinsert the slide into the grip, and you're good to go. So yes, so this is actually a very, very nice replica, and just like the real thing, it's a single action trigger, so you have to rack the slide to start with. Now this pistol locks open on empty, so when you fire the last BB, the slide will lock open. Now of course, if there are no BBs in it, it's not loaded at the moment, it will still lock open, but there is the lock release switch. So when you first loaded it, basically you cycle the slide, that cocks the hammer, loads in the first BB. Now I'm going to have to use the slide release to release it here, because there is nothing in the magazine, and you're good to fire. So yeah, it's a very, very nice pistol from from all of those perspectives. As I said, the BB side of it would be better from my perspective if it was pellets, but you know, other downsides to it, well, there aren't really many. The horrible white lettering on here. No one seems to have yet found a successful way of removing this, but it would be nice if that wasn't on it. But you know, that's you know, basically what it is. So but yeah, as I said, this thing is field strippable, so I'll show you exactly how that works. So magazine out, you move the slide into that position there, so that the notch lines up with, whoops, that notch lines up with the slide lock. And once you are in that position, it's a bit tricky to hold it, then you can pull this out, which is the slide lock pin, and then that will allow you to take the entire slide off. Now without tools you can't strip this part down any further, but you wouldn't really have any need to. This part, however, can go further. You can remove the spring. That's a bit tricky. There we go. So that comes out, and that follower comes out. Then you can turn this piece on the front, take that out like that, and then you can remove the rest of it like that. So there you go. Very, very easy to do, and it's all part of the fun. If you can field strip these pistols, it's, you know, in my opinion, that just makes it more fun. And obviously the reassembly is just the reverse of disassembly, but that is one of the nice features of this 1911 replica. So there you go. I thought you might like a quick look at this pistol. It's a lovely replica. I'll say it's all metal. Weight is about right. Does use gas up fairly quickly, but that's not surprising, because it's not just firing the BBs, it's also operating the blowback mechanism and forcing the slide back. So I think I've put one gas cylinder through it so far. That was probably about 50 BBs, 50 shots. So yeah, it does tend to use gas, but then the 12 gram CO2 gas cylinders are fairly cheap. But so anyway, there you go. First look at my new Remington 1911 RAC replica air pistol. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. Cheers!